Hey guys, I don't know if you watch Gary Vaynerchuk. I go on and off from his stuff because it's all the stuff he talks about is nothing revolutionary. It's nothing visionary, and he knows it. And but one of the things I always like about him is how very subtly, he takes on life coaches and business coaches. And just like the other stuff I told you just a moment ago, I get a lot of those that come to me. And some people join our groups, whether it's Facebook or our real life meetup group. And I am compassionate, I'm understanding, so I will never make fun of them directly in person, because I could be completely wrong and I could be ruining somebody's attempt at entrepreneurship or anything like that by kind of just telling them what I really think about that stuff in person. It could be devastating if somebody that you admire or you look up to kind of takes a dump on what your idea is, especially if you didn't ask for it. So I reserve those comments for places like this. And I think I've watched 3 videos in the past maybe week or 2 weeks, bits and pieces from Gary's talks at different businesses or as a keynote. And I love how he just pretty much laughs at 22-year-old life coaches or, 20-year-old business coaches. Come on, give me a break. You're not a coach, bro or girl. You're not. You haven't done shit. And somehow you think that your opinion is worth a few $100 an hour because you have an opinion about something. This is a culture that we live in of entitlement. And actually, Gary is partially to blame on this because for a long time, he pushed the whole entrepreneurial, you can do this, a few hours a night, blah, 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 all this stuff. And now we're seeing the wave of all those people kind of catching up. You'll be like, oh yeah, I can start my business. What can I do? Oh, I have no skills. Oh, I did really great at a project at school and I'm on a business track for my MBA, so I'm gonna be a business coach. And they've never built a business. Basically, anytime you say you're a coach, if you don't have real world experience, devastating failures, or, like astronomical success, you're going to be a lousy coach. I'm just letting you know straight up. The reason why I'm able to charge $250, $400 an hour, depending on what it is because I have actually done the work. I've helped people do great things. I've helped people build a site that brings them $10,000 a day. I've helped people go from $0 to $3,000 a month in, 45 days. I help people go from no traffic to 250,000 visits per quarter. I've turned companies, small businesses around. I've helped develop components and parts of big companies that end up selling for, multiple millions of dollars. I've done all kinds of stuff that I actually know the process of getting there. That's why you pay a coach. A coach is not there to tell you this is what you should do. A coach is there to guide you through the process of getting to that point where you can do what they're telling you to do. A coach is not going to teach you anything new, although they might teach you things, and that might be more of an advisor or a teacher. But a coach is really going to give you different perspectives of how to accomplish what needs to be accomplished, rather than just telling you their opinions and stuff. So I can't help it, but when somebody comes to me and say, oh, I'm a life coach, immediately my eyeballs roll a little bit to the back of my head, and a lot of questions come up like, well, what gives you a life coach credential? What businesses have you done, or what business thing do you have to say that you can be a business coach and charge people $1,000 per call? Do you think that you can be as charismatic and as effective as Tony Robbins? And I've had somebody tell me that. Somebody said, I'm better than Tony Robbins, except I just don't have enough people to come to my events. And I thought, well, there's a reason for that. No. He's been doing it for 20 or 30 years, so he's built a reputation. It's like, dude, you were 45 years old. When do you think you're going to build that reputation? And you've been doing this for 7 years. I mean, you don't even fill a 20-person room. Not only is it annoying for people to say, oh, I'm a life coach, I'm a business coach. That part is annoying in itself. But what the worst part about it is how people deceive themselves thinking that they are a life coach and they are effective. If you want to be a life coach, if you want to be a business coach, do what you're telling people to do and use that as proof. Don't look for other people that you can, somehow sell them into your coaching program and then have them do all the stuff that we all tell you to do, because you think that's life coaching. That's just a course. Just build courses and teach that. And then, get some experience, cut your teeth, like get into it for real. To say that you're a life coach because whatever at 21 or 22, you're lying to yourself. You haven't even finished developing your brain. You don't know about hardships. You haven't even seen the beginning of the game where you're going to be thrown some curveballs that you never planned for. It is ridiculous for you to call yourself a life coach when you've only lived, 6 years independently somewhat? 6 years ago, you had a squeaky voice, and you were eating bugs and boogers. Come on, give me a break. You're not a life coach.